Welcome to another episode. Ah, man, I went Christopher Walken there a little bit. Welcome. That wasn't Christopher Walken. I'm just exploring stuff. Welcome to another episode of the Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. I am here with my co-host, the titular Victor.
What's up?
And we are not here with our co-host, the non-titular Mike. He did some traveling this week and had a lot of work, so he's not going to be joining us for the next couple of episodes, but we're still going to hold it down.
That's right, man. We're gonna hold it out, Mikey.
Oh, yeah. So this episode, we are talking about the newest episode. No, not the newest episode.
Come on, man.
Well, you could call it an episode.
Yeah.
But the newest release by Underøath. I think it came out in this year, right? It just came out not long ago, 2022.
Yep, 2022.
Called Voyeurist. All right, well, before we get into the breakdown, Victor, how you doing, man?
Ooh, man, I'm doing good, dude.
Yeah?
It's, we live here in the desert. Mm-hmm. And in the desert, winters don't really come by a little, I haven't worn a freaking sweater this whole season, dude, and it's terrible. Like, I don't know. This is just for style. This is just because I know you,
the band.
I've seen you.
I'm hot right now
at 30 degrees with a shirt on, dude.
Yeah. You almost said turtleneck, didn't you? I've never worn turtleneck.
Shirt with a T. I can't even say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Nice. It did cool down past couple days though, not chilly, but just cooler. I mean, it was up in the 80s in February.
Yeah.
Technically still winter.
Oh, geez, dude. Well, they say it's only going to get hotter, so
yeah. Well,
whatever.
Climate change.
Yeah, some people like it hot.
Of course, now there's like this huge
influx
winter storm, like Midwest and out.
Oh yeah,
I mean, out in the east.
Off,
yeah,
man.
That's crazy.
Y'all got to do like Californians and move.
Yeah.
Somewhere else, not here.
No. Yeah. Go to Texas. They got so much room.
In Texas.
Where else? Montana. And I think you get a lot of snow up in Montana.
Yeah.
New Mexico. I think that's kind of like
Didn't Texas freeze over last year too? But we won't talk about that.
No, there's a lot of like conspiracies around how that happened. Like they were seeded. Well, we don't have to get into that. But yeah. Anyways, let's just do it, man. Let's just get into the breakdown.
Just dive right in, dude.
Boom. Yeah, nice.
Yes, a mango.
Is it sugar free or is it just the regular?
Yeah, sugar free.
It's crazy. Like all these energy drinks that have like all their better flavors are sugar free now.
Yeah,
like you get the original like with sugar in it. And you're like. I love Rockstar, but I like the one time I've tried like a full sugar, like original Rockstar, that was just
not even good, not even better.
Well, unless they
happened to sugar, bro?
Unless they want to, sponsor us, in which case it was good. I just like the sugar-free better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so we are checking out Voyeurist, the newest release by Underøath, and actually, non-titular Mike was going to take the lead on this one, but he just felt like it'd be better for his health and, better for his family, I guess. I don't know.
We're all about health and wealth over here, man.
And family.
Yeah, family too.
But since he's not with us tonight, I'm going to be taking the lead on this. So if this is a little unfocused, I'm human,
Blame Mike.
Yeah, blame Mike. But let's get into it. Damn excuses.
Ooh.
Number one. It was a very Underøath, like it was like a signature way for them to start the album.
Which is
just how it's like their signature sound, like how they always just like, not that all their albums necessarily kick off heavy, but it's just very like, it's very Underøath sounding. Like you hear that, it's nobody else. It's I mean, I don't know that I could point out specifically, just off the top of my head how I knew it was Underøath, but it's just like you hear that, it's Underøath, and it's like their to me, I could tell it was an album opener.
Okay.
I really can't explain how. But
this is the first album I've checked out of theirs. I know they're like a popular ever. Yeah.
Really?
My uncle was like, "Oh, Underøath." He's Mexican. Heart, doesn't speak any.
Sounds like.
And Underøath, and I was like, "Yeah, uncle, whatever it is," So I just kind of like didn't listen to it because he liked it. You ever? And I love my uncle, dude. I love him. Yeah. He's awesome. Freaking best family member ever. Mm-hmm. But he liked it, so I'm not gonna listen to it. That's him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, that's why I was asking.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. It's funny. He's a drummer, if I remember correctly. And my cousin, who was the drummer for our band, was also super into Underøath.
Oh.
He might still be. I don't know.
It's a drummer thing, huh?
Yeah, it might be. Because it seemed like, was it Define the Great Line? And what was the one after that? Lost in Sound and Separation or something. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah. Lost in Sound and Lost in the Sound of Separation.
There we go. Lost in the Sound of Separation.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seemed like those were like the two big ones. I couldn't get into either of those.
Oh yeah,
I didn't try that. I didn't try that hard, to be honest. I was kind of Underøath was never like at the top of my list.
Because if a band just catches your ear, dude. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and I was much more into like Haste the Day, Kill Switch.
Yeah, that's a different sound.
Yeah.
Very different.
And yeah, so I mean, I have checked them out over the years, but it was more their earlier stuff. I have not, after Lost in the Sound of Separation. After that, I did not keep up with them at all until this album came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I've kind of always liked them enough, I guess. To keep up with them that
Respected
much.
them.
Yeah, there you go.
Knew of them. Like, that's a good band.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So the second song, Hallelujah, took me back to this. I think it was on They're Only Chasing Safety. The song, It's Dangerous. Is it Dangerous Business? I have it written. Yeah. It's Dangerous Business. Going out your front door or something. I don't know. These guys, they're the kings of like
obscure album names. Is that
what but they're the kings of like song titles that are way too long and have nothing to do, at least on the surface, with the lyrics of the song.
Terrible, dude.
But
maybe that's why you didn't get into them.
Probably.
Come on, Underøath.
I got halfway through the song title and I'm like, I don't even care anymore. Yeah. But that's the only song of theirs that I remember that had like that chorus. It's a drowning in my sleep. I'm drowning. They had that. Yeah. And then this song had that.
See, I remember that, but I didn't know. I never knew that was Underøath.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was all over the place. That album, it was that one, and then the one that was right after that, which I can't remember. Or was it the one right before that? I don't know. We'll worry about that in the what else have they done?
Oh, yeah.
Segment. But yeah, this one took me back to then, which was cool. I did like that song. It got way overplayed to me, so that's one of the reasons that I kind of, didn't
at the time when my uncle was into them, that's how I felt about that band too. Like, it's kind of popular music.
It's like hyped up, and I don't do well with hype.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
Same here.
Move on to, I'm pretty sure I'm out of luck and have no friends.
Come on.
Yeah. See what I mean?
And if that title isn't in the chorus, dude, they lose a point, bro.
Yeah.
That title needs to be in the chorus always. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. That's like 4 songs worth of, I'm pretty sure I'm out of luck and have no friends. That's 3 songs worth of titles right there.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I mean, who knows? With a name like that, the song did not leave enough of an impression on me to have anything written down about it.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I wrote it down in my notes. I wrote these notes over 2 listenings of the album. In the middle of the first listen is when I found out that I'd be leading this. So there were some songs that I had already missed because, I didn't think I was going to have to take the lead on it. Yeah, so then on the next one, I hit all the songs like twice that I had missed before.
Oh, okay.
And this title is so long, I thought I already had notes on it, and I didn't. Oh. It's just a long title. But overall, the song did not impress me. I'll be honest about that. I can't tell you specifically much about the song, but I do remember not thinking it didn't horrify me. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But it definitely did not stick with me.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It's just a song.
Exactly.
That's fine.
And then Cycle, featuring Ghostmane. Yeah, Ghostmane. Who I've seen his name a lot, but I have not checked him out or them out. I don't know anything about them. The song had good vocals. That's the only thing that stood out to me was that, had some decent vocals. Underøath, I don't say this for all of their songs specifically, but they've I'd say over their 8 albums or whatever they've done, they've mastered dynamics. They have pretty decent dynamics, as they go through. So even if I don't mention that per song, it's pretty much understood that they at least have decent dynamic flow in their songs.
Yeah.
Thorn. This one stood out to me. Actually, I didn't even remember this being in my notes, but this song stood out to me as having particularly good dynamics that, that drew me in. They spoke to me a little bit. And it just, I think this song, more than any other song on the album, although they all kind of took me back, did remind me of that old Underøath that I was really into.
Okay.
I wasn't really into them, but when I was into them, that's what it reminded me.
It was that when they went there.
Yes.
Well, exactly. This song always catches, every time I listened to the album, it was this song that really drew me back in, really.
Oh, okay.
Because, you talk about their, like I said, this is the first album I listened to of theirs, and I didn't know that they had such a strong dynamic until Thorn came on.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's kind of, I wish that the other songs had more of that too, because I really enjoyed it. And like I said, it drew me in. I was like, oh, cool. Is this the same band? Yeah. It was, it was, Underøath, old Underøath.
Right. For sure. No Oasis. To me, it was, it was a unique song in terms of the album, but it was kind of the typical creepy palate cleanser track. Yeah. It did its job, but unlike, what was it? The God Machine by Phineas, they had one in there. Trying to think, there was a Haste the Day. Was it Dreamer? There was a couple different albums, I think, but there was one, I think it was Dreamer with that, because that album all around had that creepier, darker sound.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the name of it, but the palate cleanser track in that, same thing. So by no means did this feel like it was breaking ground. I'm sure Underøath has done this before.
Yeah.
But it did its job. Nothing special about this one to me.
Okay.
But it did its job.
Just meant to be like white space on a book or something.
It's like going into a perfume shop.
Yeah.
Or a candle shop, and they have those little things of coffee beans to cleanse your palate, or if you're
I didn't know that's what that was for.
Oh yeah. It's because eventually they all blend together if you don't. Or if you're having a cheese board somewhere nice, usually they'll have something like pears or apples to cut through that flavor of the cheese and kind of cleanse your palate a little bit. I'm pretty sure wine tastings have the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much the purpose of this. At least that's what it seemed like to me. Felt a little early to bring that in.
Okay.
But like you pointed out a minute ago, I don't remember if we were recording at that point or not, but this album does kind of neatly break into 2 halves.
Yeah.
In terms of, I don't know, to me, they could have worked as 2 EPs. Not that it didn't flow well as an album, see that. But yeah, so I could. So
yeah, there was a drastic. It's not just like it's a drastic difference between the first half and the second half. So maybe that was intentional, you know?
Yeah, could have been. Number 7, Take a Breath. To me, the intro groove set it up real big.
Yeah.
And then I felt like it just stayed there or declined.
Sank a little bit.
Not in like a horrible way, but I thought it was gonna be like, I thought that when I heard the intro, I'm like, oh, this feels like favorite track.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't, I don't think it went anywhere.
Oh, okay.
For me at least.
Yeah.
There. So We're All Gonna Die, track 8, had a good vocal hook on the chorus. I really liked that. How it was yelled, we're all gonna, and then on that die, he would scream it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
It felt like a progression of his vocals from, back when I used to listen to him through the albums. And now it felt like, okay, he's not that he didn't sound like that before, but it's just a cool way to use his 2 different vocals in a cool way.
All right.
Numb. I thought Numb was decent. Listening to it, I'm like, oh, that's a solid closing track. Like, that's a solid album closer.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole other track after it. And I didn't, the last one, I just wasn't into it. I don't know if it was how long it was, 7 minutes long. It felt like a couple different song ideas.
Okay.
That they put together, but didn't mesh together well. Again, it wasn't like, I didn't hate it. But it definitely didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That was track 10. So track 9, Numb. If they had ended it with that track, I think I would have enjoyed the album flow a little better.
Yeah, I remember that too. It kind of was like a bump in the album, almost like, okay, cool, it's over, right. And then no, there's a whole nother song. Kind of like if giving you that encore song, even though you're not asking for it,
right?
Yeah. We don't want it. So why are you putting it in?
Exactly.
And it's called Pneumonia.
Yeah, Pneumonia. So, there you go. Yeah, number 10, Pneumonia. And I mean, they've done really a lot with this album. Not that they haven't done it before, but a lot with this album to get their like fans into it. Like they, what's his name? Aaron did, I think, an interview or 2. I don't know, but anyways, enough. Like he gave explanations for all the songs, where they were coming from and all that. They are releasing episode by like hour and a half long videos, I think, for each track.
What explanations?
Like behind the scenes and like documentary type stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They're up to, as of when I looked earlier today, they're at episode 2. They started at episode 0,
Dang.
which was like leading up to this album. And then they had episode 1, episode 2, and it was episode 1 was Damn Excuses. Episode 2 was Hallelujah. So I'm imagining each one, they're going to release one for each.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot. I mean, it's like an hour and a half each. It's
Jeez,
like a little
dude.
Netflix series.
Yeah, why not, man?
Album. Exactly.
Why not? Just, I mean,
yeah,
dude, there's money to be made in all of this, man.
Yeah.
We got to get creative,
Plus, I mean, if there's one band that I think would be smart to do this, it'd be them, because they have fans that get really into their stuff.
Yeah.
Like really into it. And so to give this almost like cruise worth of content, just like dropping this huge, massive cruise liner worth of explanation and behind the scenes stories and all that.
They're gonna eat it up.
Yeah,
man.
I think it's really smart of them to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the album. Overall, it reminds me of being a teen, of when I was a teenager. Exactly.
Ooh.
The good and the bad of it.
Oh.
Excuse me. It did feel like they matured in their sound since the albums that I listened to.
That's saying a lot, because I know they have a huge repertoire, right? Like
Yeah.
A lot of albums there.
And again, so me saying that does not take into account anything after Define the Great Line or before this album. So that other stuff, maybe they went in a whole different direction and came back. Or I don't know, maybe they've just kept this through line, but not having that experience in the middle from Define the Great Line to here, it does feel like a good progression in the maturing process.
Okay.
Like that, like they're kind of proggy, experimental, chaotic, but also melodic and even harmonic sounds. That I just feel like they've just continued to build on that. But their lyrics, man, they feel like the same. This feels like the same thing they were singing about before. Except
that's huge, man.
Except now they just it's teen angst where they say the F-bomb now. Where they drop some F-bombs, which is whatever. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But it was the same content as before.
Well, I wonder if because your fans are growing with you, right? So like all those fans that were teenagers are now our age too.
Yeah.
And so if you're just following this band and you're still reading and singing those teen angst lyrics or whatever, like there's got to be something in you that says, all right, dude, like I can't, like you need to progress too, you know? All the other bands do. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe it's like that genius was always there in those bands, and then now they're just learning to articulate it better as they move along. And these guys just have always preferred that, surface level emotion.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's COVID. Maybe they all got COVID and, it happened.
That's not an excuse. even if it's like long-term
I tried,
COVID.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like we're 6 weeks of COVID. I mean.
Yeah. They got that long COVID, bro. Long COVID.
What's long COVID?
Long COVID.
2 months?
6 months.
6 months? Still, man. Their last album was 2018. They could have waited a little bit, if that was the problem. But yeah, man, overall, the lyrics just did not speak to me.
So that was like that was the big drawback for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get into this a little later in our trivia segment, but like 2011, I think, or 2012, they came out as no longer Christian, whereas before they were at least considered to be a very Christian band.
Oh,
like Bible studies on Warped Tour.
Whoa,
saying like Jesus Christ respectfully in a religious context in their lyrics to 2011, I think 2012, something like that. Is when they first like abandoned that. And so from then to 10 years later, give or take, they're still like writing lyrics about, where you can tell they're angry at religion, angry at Christians.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they don't have the right to feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm just over it. It's the same, like we've talked about with punk lyrics before, where it's like, screw the government.
Yeah.
Well, now it's weird because all those old punk bands are now like, support the government.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's the same, like, all right, man, your point of view is vastly shared. Like, I don't know why you, except for hurt you can't get over. I don't know why you continue to drop these lyrics and as if it's new material, I guess. So yeah, that was a major drawback. And if it was a band who wasn't as respected and as mature in the scene, or they should, mature musically in the scene, it might not hit me as hard, but I mean, it's Underøath. Like everyone talks about how creative they are, like how, like, how cool their experimental stuff goes. For them to just land on like the emotional meat behind their music is just the same old thing.
Yeah.
That took a lot away from it for me.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
So I gave it a 5.5, 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah.
Man.
So overall, what did you think of it before you tell us what you rated it?
So what I thought of it was this, man. Half the album, just, it was background music. It was really hard to focus on it. my brain was just like, oh, look at the cat, you know? And I was listening to Underoath. And then Thorn hit, the album track 5. And I was like, oh yeah, Underoath, you know, sick. 5 through the end. Of course, the encore that I didn't want. 5 through 9 kept my attention. Like you said, it was the lyrics really shallow, you know. It's kind of like the same, like it's like you said, dude. We're sick of the angry stuff. Yeah, it's okay to be angry. It can be deep if you try, you know.
Right. Or just say something else. Once you've said it, the next time
read a book. I don't know, read a book and then just sing about the book like Mastodon did.
Yeah, it kind of like Every Time I Die did the same thing to me, where it's like these same like angry punk lyrics.
Yeah.
Or Protest the Hero, I think, had some of that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, all right,
political
man.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like these guys are gonna be, you know, rocking out till they're 70.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll last that 50 health wise. I don't know if they'll last that long. Singing the same thing.
Well, yeah, because that stuff doesn't age well too. You know,
right?
It's not timeless. Like there's so much to draw from of the human experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I give this album a 5.
A 5? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm giving it a 5 just because half the album I thought was decent. I thought it was good.
So half of the album was a 10, the other half was a 0. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude. No. I didn't know. If you put it like that, I'm giving it a 2, bro.
No, 5's good. 5's good. Yeah.
5 is good. They have a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Huge. So, I mean, it was very well done. I wish that the whole album sounded like the latter half.
Okay.
I do. And if their other stuff, like you said, sounds like that, I might go back and check it out. I might not. If the lyrics all sound the same, like you say, I definitely won't.
Okay.
5 for me, dude.
5. Okay. All right. And let's see if Mike ever.
Oh yeah. What's Mike saying, dude?
You know, Mike never texts me back, so I'm just going to assume it was a 10 for Mike.
Mike loved this album.
Yeah, I think this was the first 10, maybe the second 10 Mike's ever handed out.
Huge, bro.
So this is huge.
He really likes Underoath. Yeah. Good job, Mike.
I can't think of a band that Mike enjoys more than Underoath.
Yeah, he's always talking about Underoath. Underoath.
Always. Like, oh my God, they came out with a new album.
Yeah. You know? Oh, hour and a half per song of back.
And that's just reading the title.
Yeah. He loves those titles, Mike.
He loves them.
Oh, man.
So that's awesome. 10. Congrats, guys. You got a 10 from Mike. He does not hand those out lightly, but this is his first one.
Oh, yeah. This is
or
big.
Second, whatever. It's huge. All right. Well, with that, let's move on to our next segment. What else have they done? All right, so these guys have had, they've had 8 studio albums, 3 compilations, 3 live albums, a video album, and 20 music videos.
Jeez, dude.
All right.
Successful career, these guys.
So as I was looking over this, remembered that they did not have an album between They're Only Chasing Safety and Defying the Great Line, but they had I think it was a special edition. So it was kind of the same cover, but there were 2, and for some reason in my mind, because I owned them both, one of them was given to me, so I owned both of them, and in my mind, for some reason, those were 2 separate ones.
No.
But no. Their first album, Active Depression, which, I mean, if that doesn't scream emo, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
But Active Depression, 99, Cries of the Past, 2000, The Changing of Times, 2002, and those 3 albums, they had their founding vocalist, and then after this, once they hit, or right before they went into the studio, I think, for They're Only Chasing Safety, is when they got Spencer, who is up to now has been their frontman. So there was, in 2004, They're Only Chasing Safety. And that's the one I think that really propelled them into like the almost not quite mainstream, but as close as any metalcore has gotten to mainstream music. I would say Underoath just was like right in the right place, the right sound at the right time.
Yeah.
Define the Great Line in 2006, Lost in the Sound of Separation 2008, Disambiguation in 2010. And then they went on hiatus in, what was it, 20? I got it right here. I should just look at it instead of trying to guess. I don't have it right here. I think it was 2013.
That would make sense because there's a huge gap there, you know?
Yeah, and Aaron Gillespie, their drummer, left, I think, after Lost in the Sound of Separation, if I remember correctly. And then he came back later when the band got back together after they had broken up or went on indefinite hiatus or whatever. And then in 2018, Erase Me, their first album back, and Voyeurist in 2022, which is the one we're discussing now. Live albums, they had Survive Kaleidoscope, which was another one that I remembered, but I didn't know where it fit in the... I didn't realize it was a live album, actually. But and then Live at Coco, Lost in the Sound of Separation, live recording, Define the Great Line, live recording, and They're Only Chasing Safety, live recording. I don't know if this is what this is counting, but I know they did, I think 3 of their albums they played as a live stream, but like truly live, like it wasn't pre-recorded and edited. They did it like a live show, but it was live streamed, which is, I think, went over pretty well. People were pretty excited about it. Compilation albums, 2011, Play Your Old Stuff, Anthology in 2012, which was their song, basically their best of. And then Icon Underoath in 2014, and I still don't know what that is. It's just probably tooth and nail trying to make more money off of them.
Yeah, squeeze every penny.
Yeah. Yeah. And all right, let me go back to where I was so we can talk about their lineup and lineup changes. So Aaron Gillespie, the drummer / clean vocalist, is the only original member left in the band. He started the band with a couple of other, let me grab it here, a couple other guys back in 97.
Dang.
With Luke Morton, who was the guitarist, and Dallas Taylor as the frontman, probably bassist too, if I had to guess. And I would say that most people probably know Dallas Taylor from Maylene and the Sons of Disaster as their frontman, which I believe he is to this day. I think they also went on hiatus or broke up and then just recently came back, like everybody's doing now.
Oh, yeah. They're all coming back.
But yeah, so, but with that, I think we can go into our next segment unless you wanted to throw anything in there. Oh, no EPs. Which was surprising. Oh, I didn't talk about their, whatever their video album was. What is that? Video album 777. I mean, see what I mean, man? They were super Christian for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing about this video album. I know nothing about it. I'm sure it's on YouTube or something, though.
Yeah, go check it out.
All right, so with that, let's go on to our last segment. The super historical, very interesting, completely factual trivia. So, these guys are so, they've been around so long. There's so much of their stuff out there. I didn't want to spend an hour talking about all the random trivia that's out there about them. So, aside from Dallas Taylor, being one of the founders of Underoath and then going on to Maylene and Sons of Disaster, I figured the biggest thing to talk about would be their Christianity, and then now not just lack thereof, but almost complete turning against it.
But yeah.
No, I would say complete turning against it. And
they won a Dove Award, bro.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. What? Does it say which album? So these guys, they were super Christian. and it kind of came out to the band, to the rest of the band. I want to say.
Oh, they were nominated.
Oh, they were just nominated.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I shouldn't say just nominated. That's still, still pretty cool. But I want to say 2009, 2010, the band found out that Spencer, their frontman, had a coke problem. But I mean, it's hard to call it a problem because they verified this too. The band did that he never did it on tour. It was just like while they were off tour, while he was at home or whatever in his, at home, like when he was off of the tour.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. But he said he was always clear headed on stage. He never did coke before going on stage or recording or anything.
Wow.
So their knee jerk reaction was to kick him out of the band.
Yeah.
But I don't think that lasted. I think that was just sort of they just, it was kind of a shock, and then they processed it and, but whatever. So regardless of what happened there, once the Christian media found out about it, they just lambasted him. I mean, just mistreated him, and it's awful. I see it from both sides, and it's obviously way, I blame the Christian side of the Christian media, the magazines, all these guys that wrote articles about them. They're obviously to blame for it for sure.
Yeah.
At least to begin with. And he was saying that they put out an interview it's on YouTube, it has millions of views already, but about how they just wrote all these articles about how bad it was, just like tearing into the guy and never offering help. Yeah. And he said the only place he found help or anybody who seemed to care was in what we would call the secular world or whatever, outside of Christianity. But having known people who have been on drugs and stuff like that, it's hard for me to imagine that he gave a lot of Christians a chance and that none of them wanted to do wanted anything to do with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And based on the immaturity of the lyrics, what it all makes a picture of in my mind is an addict who didn't want to take responsibility for his actions. So he just went the easier route and leaned into the hate he was getting from Christians and used that as an excuse to kind of escort himself out of it.
Yeah.
Not saying that what the Christians did was good, because it wasn't at all. The whole point of Christ's love is, he died for us on the cross to forgive our sins, and none of us are better than any other. So we're, who am I to judge somebody who's been on drugs or whatever?
Yeah, of course.
I'm nobody to do that.
And sadly, that's kind of what happens when you're at that level, They're going to put you on a pedestal.
Right.
And that's wrong, and nobody should do that. But that's kind of what happens when you're at that level of fame.
Yeah, it comes with
that everybody's chasing, right? That's everybody's dream, and it sucks. But that's kind of what, especially when you paint yourself as a Christian, and they're gonna hold you to the highest standard.
Right.
That's it's sad to see. All
for
that
sure.
Stuff, yeah.
So it seems like now the whole band has been disillusioned from Christianity.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. That's Christians' faults. They mistreated or at least did enough to these guys that made them feel mistreated enough to walk away from it. Same thing happened with Zayo, we've talked about before.
Oh, yeah.
Which, and I don't know about you, all the churches I've been in, all the experience I've had with Christianity, there have been those people who are very religious and whatever, but there's always been people that are also level-headed and grounded enough to where the religious people, at least in my life, weren't the norm. It was the more level-headed, still imperfect people. Everybody's imperfect, but just err more on the side of loving people versus trying to hold them to the impossible standard.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just hard for me to connect 100% with the story these guys tell.
Uh-huh.
But I but I also know enough about the American church to say, yeah, I would at least say that they are more right and telling more truth. The Underøath is, than they aren't.
Yeah.
So overall, it's a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I haven't listened to their album Erase Me, but some of the stuff I've read, they got real open about like how they feel about Christianity and religion and all that. And I saw a more updated interview with Spencer and Aaron, the two lyricists, talking about how the same thing, how religion doesn't belong in music and it should just be left out, which I don't agree with at all. But then to see them bring just the anti-religion into their lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now it's hard for me to not feel like this is turning into a gimmick for them.
Oh, yeah.
Just now they're the anti-church band.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they
like something to promote
or anything. Yeah. Like now they're just trying to use it to, and I could be off. Granted, and I don't mean this is judgment to them, but seeing that, I was like, okay, I mean, now we're all adults. I think they're in their 40s, or at least upper 30s. I think we all at least have some grasp on how the world works and how just what honesty and truth is. So maybe we can just meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, dude. Get over it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what it sounds like to me is, and I've met these kind of people that like they're just kind of looking for an excuse to kind of let go of the sheepskin, if you will, and just let go of that and just, it's like, but it's like that, oh geez, what's the word? Like freaking, like that morality, it's like letting go of that morality. So you gotta find a good excuse, and the best excuse from what I've experienced, and because like you said, like I've met more Christians that are level-headed than not, but if you take it as a whole, like the majority kind of thing, and just a lot of people's voice, it's not right, it's dumb,
right?
You never get smart answers with a large group of people, but yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like a gimmick. Like, okay, we need to just focus on our careers, and the best thing to do right now is step away from a niche market and then go to the broader market. Just go mainstream, forget about that, and then this will be our angle.
Right.
I mean, it's smart, for your pocketbooks, but I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're happy.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully they find peace with everything that's happened. And eventually whatever what's the word?
Find fullness, man. Like, I don't know, your lyrics really speak to who you are. Right. And like we've seen it with, As I Lay Dying, like the guy when he wanted his wife dead or whatever, like his album got dark, dude.
Right.
And so you're like, oh well, I mean, there it is,
Yeah.
And so hopefully these guys can just like get closure with the, all that stuff that was said about them, and they just can come to a truth of things.
For sure.
Dude. What do you think, man?
I mean, I don't think I can say it better than that, man. You're right. I absolutely, hopefully, and for their fans and for themselves as artists too, hopefully we get to see that come to, full fruition while they're still together as a band. And we can see, like with Tim Lambesis and As I Lay Dying, we get to see their, what's it? My Own Grave was the single. I can't remember the name of the album. Their last album they just put out. Or not just that they put out when they first came back.
Something Fire.
Is it Shaped by Fire?
Yes.
Okay, Shaped by Fire. Sorry, my mustache started tickling my nostrils.
Oh, dang. Scratch it, bro.
But yeah, so hopefully we get to see that redemption side of it in one way or another.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So with that, I think we can close it out.
Let's close it, man.
Let's close it. So this has been the Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. Let us know what you think. If you're watching on YouTube, comment or Rumble. We're on Rumble now. We're on Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
So
check us out on that.
Yeah, we just like giving you options. You know, we have like 10 different platforms you can listen to the audio on. So now we have 2 platforms you can watch the video on.
Yeah.
Know?
Go to every video and comment a really mean thing about, I don't know. Just make fun of us, please.
Make fun of us. Make fun of the bigger bands like Underøath, where they've been around for a while.
That's good.
It's not going to get under their skin.
Yeah.
Tell Bloodlines, and I can't think of any of the other.
Atreyu.
No, not Atreyu. That was the other band with the like really immature lyrics.
Yeah,
Atreyu. Yeah,
man.
Anima Tempo. They're another small band. Not small, but lesser known band.
Yeah. We need to get them up there, like with the Atreyu level, man. Okay, they deserve it.
Yeah, let's keep bringing up Atreyu.
Sorry, bro.
I didn't like that album. What did I rate it? I think I rated it
popular.
Too high. What did I rate it? It was too high.
Can't the good bands be popular, man?
Oh, that page got ripped out.
Dude, what's up with popular music sucking, bro?
I don't know. Yeah.
Dude, can we talk about that?
We'll do a whole bonus episode on that. Maybe
man.
Once we get like a Patreon up and going, we'll have conversations like that. Let us know. Comment. Email us at victorandthegiantfox@gmail.com. Comment on our Instagram page. On our Instagram posts at VATGF Podcast.
Yeah.
There's so many places for you to find us. I can't believe you haven't done it.
You haven't done it?
But if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe if you're watching on Rumble. I think you follow us and give us a Rumble on Rumble. I think it's a little plus sign. Don't hit the minus sign, hit the plus. Give us a Rumble.
Oh, they get a minus?
Yeah, they have the thumbs down, thumbs up.
Oh, heck yeah. Thumbs down. Everything should have a thumbs down.
Yeah. Well, YouTube technically has one, but only the content creators can see the count on it. Yeah. Which is ridiculous because their whole thing was we're going to get rid of it for the mental health of content creators.
Oh, geez.
Yet they still show the content creators. It's just everybody else. It's not out there for everybody to see, I guess. I don't know. This isn't a rag on YouTube. Hey, they let us put this on there for free. So
yeah, it is a rag. Pay us.
I meant it didn't cost us to put it on YouTube. Anyways. Like, subscribe, tippity tap that like button, tippity tap that subscribe button, tippity tap that bell.
Tippity tap.
Tippity tap. And until next week, when we are looking at Impending Doom's most recent EP, Hellbent.
Brutal.
So come back this time next week to see that. It's going to be sick and shorter. It's going to be a shorter episode because it's an EP. Hey, Victor. Did Mike drop off that outro music?
Oh, man. I think he... Hold on. Oh, there it is.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Can you load it up?
All right, hold on. There.
Got it?
Yeah. Needed some loving, bro.
I don't think they heard that. Kick it again.
All right, hold on.